I came here originally thinking that I would be here for a short period of time. You arrive on a ferry, it's dark in the middle of winter. I think it rained for 3 weeks straight, and I thought, oh my gosh, when's the next ferry out? But over a period of time, what I fell in love with was the people, was the community. Even during my nurse training, I never had the opportunity to truly get to know the people I was taking care of. Whereas here in Ketchikan, I quickly learned that the person I'm taking care of, I'm probably going to see at Walmart or Safeway sometime in the future. So it was just, it felt more personal. And here I am 12 years later, still in Ketchikan.
We're charged with a very special responsibility, and that is our very own families are going to cross into our ER, into our surgery, our very own neighbors.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's got so many projects going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Well, has he retired now?
It's a unique privilege.
Well, they were in the logging festival last weekend, and so they had some kids come over and do that with them, but mostly working, catching fish.
One of the things I love about working here is that people take it to heart. Our mission and values are something that we really purpose to live out in our day-to-day work. And certainly it's not perfect. I mean, we have problems just like anybody else. But again, it's just not words on a piece of paper.
The doctor who's told, care first, listen to your patients, take the time you need. That's a powerful message to a doctor.
You're looking good.
They didn't tend to join medicine because it's a really cool business. They did it because they wanted to do the things to help people live, grow, be cured, or die with dignity and grace. You start with caring for people. You start with mission.
That's where the real value of compassionate care every time, every touch is truly lived. I think it just heightens everybody's call to service.
Look how strong you're getting.
When you live on an island, there's only two ways on and off, and that's plane or boat. And the weather doesn't always cooperate for either one. So we have to be more technologically able to provide for patients.
She sustained a kind of valgus injury, and so...
That's the greatest unknown of Ketchikan General Hospital, is the level of technology that exists inside the walls of the building.
We'll get some visiting doctor who's up on a cruise ship, and so he'll run over and say, can I tour your hospital? Oh, sure. And my favorite moments are as we go through each department and say, here's our radiology department. We've got XYZ machines. And he says, I'm in Manhattan. We don't have this. We don't have that.
We do everything from delivering babies to managing very complex traumas.
We're doing a paracentesis.
These docs will be dealing with really tricky things. I mean, our cruise ship passengers come from all over the world. You wouldn't think you would deal with malaria here, but it could happen.
We don't always have the specialists on hand on our physical site, and so the great part of PeaceHealth is the collaborative relationship that we have with some of our other sister hospitals. They get a hold of a specialist immediately in Bellingham, our St. Joseph's Hospital.
Last week I had a question about a patient that had an intracranial bleed, and I called a neurosurgeon at St. Joseph's, and he could actually look at the film. I mean, I've been all over the country, and I think the state of the electronic medical record here is one of the most sophisticated systems that I've seen, even compared to larger referral hospitals.
So just a quick listen. When we have critically ill patients who need to be medevac, I call up the doctor in Bellingham. He's at his computer looking at all the data, including the EKGs, CT scans.
The next thing I know, I wake up in the emergency room of the Craig Health Clinic. Can have IVs in me, and what's going on here? And Doc says, well, I'm going to medevac you to Bellingham. And they tell me that I need a triple bypass.
He was one of the lucky ones. He had an impending heart attack, basically.
He's a good guy. I'm kind of glad he's around, too.
I'm glad you are, too.
Okay, we're done.
We pride ourselves in being able to handle all situations that may come our way. I've heard stories in the past about people having to fly all the way to Anchorage or fly all the way south to have a procedure done, people do have the right to make a choice.
So, Jennifer, you all set?
But what we aspire to do here in Ketchikan is ensure that we offer those same services with a high level of expertise.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad.
Thank you.
You feel a little pampered?
It's very important to us that families are able to be present.
A lot of people here to welcome the baby.
We came to this small island community 11 years ago. It is the friendliest, loveliest place I could ever imagine.
The only thing we worry about on our street, it's not people, it's the bears.
So Grant, how's the summer been so far? It's been good. It was after his birth that I had the problems, a postpartum hemorrhage. I was rushed to surgery. These nurses came to my bedside day and night, and they would lay their hands on me, and they would sometimes just sit at my bedside, and that team of nurses and physicians saved my life.
The hospital's always been a cornerstone of the community. We go to Wrangell, Petersburg, Metlakatla, Prince of Wales Island.
Jeremy's an incredible worker. He comes in early.
It's more than just providing health care.
It's pretty hard for you to do, huh? Or did you get going?
It's not bad. This is a warm-up.
It's providing a safety net for people.
Everybody here, they give their time and their effort, no matter what, you know, even if they're down, they stay up for you.
We've got about a dozen people out seeing patients in their homes. So we see people on the entire island.
So we're going to see Irene, a patient that we've seen in the past, not just recently. She had a little bit of a mishap, got bumped on the head pretty good, and we're seeing her to follow her neurologically for that. I'm here, Irene, and I see your walkers in the hallway. Did she let you be free of this?
Yes, I'm free of that.
You are free of it?
Yes.
My gosh, how wonderful. Good deal. How's today?
Today's pretty good.
Is this your agenda?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if it sounds right.
You know my pills?
Yeah, okay. So, what have you noticed as you've looked at your blood sugars and what you've been eating?
What have baffles?
Well, this community is, I would say, pretty tight. I mean, this man that's walking in front of us right now is an amazing elder in our community.
You see that picture up there? You ever see that picture?
You know I haven't.
Yeah, that was...
Patience brings so much to us.
It says, these husky loggers, Jim and Jess Hussey, are following a forest giant. Are you this one?
Yeah, that's me.
Man, you look pretty
That
strong.
was before power saws.
My great uncle Woodrow Morrison was actually born on the beach here in a tent in 1911. That was the year Heidelberg was founded. My dad's Haida name is Kith John, but his nickname was Buster. And my dad lived a tough life when we were young kids. I remember I was living down here in a little house, my husband and I, and the doctor had called during the night and said that my father had some internal bleeding. And we took care of him. He was able to take all his kids and grandkids out and teach them where to go and how to fish, and it was pretty nice. But in the end, my dad's arm, the cancer ate the bones. It was really hard to lift him without hurting him, you know. And so we took him to Ketchikan. Oh, they were wonderful. I don't think I ever left the hospital. It wasn't home, but it was more like home than a lot of places. You know, that night of my dad's passing, I held his hand and I told him, I know how tough you are. It's too much for us now. To see you hurting and suffering and not being able to go fish. I actually took my grandson yesterday, and I was thinking the whole time, my dad is able to fish wherever now. You know, he's out there fishing somewhere.